Hello everyone, my name is Quinn Knight and welcome back to the channel, and today my friends we have a couple of things that we need to cover regarding Battlefront 2 with confirmation directly from EA that more DLC content will be coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 in January. Already in January we're going to be getting more content as well as some Cad Bane assets being found within the current build of the game, which is extremely exciting for fans of the Clone Wars cartoon, and we actually have gameplay of his pistol that he uses throughout the entirety of the TV show in game, which is very exciting. If you do enjoy today's video and could drop me a like, I would greatly appreciate it, as that really does help me out. And also thank you guys so much for 30,000 subscribers. We just hit 20k a little bit over a week ago, and now here we are at over 30k. So to all the new people who decided to subscribe over the last week, I definitely appreciate ya. But anyways guys, let's get into this. So most of us are probably familiar with Cad Bane, the Duros, who was perhaps the most powerful bounty hunter in the galaxy after the death of Jango Fett during the beginning of the Clone Wars. He was always one of my favorite characters from the Clone Wars TV show. I mean, this is the man who put the dent in Boba Fett's helmet, and Disney definitely isn't shying away from his character, as he recently had a small cameo in Star Wars Rebels. And after yesterday's video where I discussed a bunch of the weapons that were found in Battlefront 2 by a data miner but haven't yet been released to be used, one of you guys pointed out to me that one of the weapons, the LL-30, is actually Cad Bane's signature pistol from the Clone Wars TV show. And at first I didn't think much about it, but after doing a little research, it turns out that in Star Wars canon, Cad Bane is the only character to have ever used this pistol, and it's completely exclusive to him. I mean, this is Cad Bane's weapon, so why on earth would a working model be in the files? So after digging a little deeper and looking a little bit more into this, there are actually fully usable Duros models within Battlefront 2 as well, and like I mentioned before, Cad Bane, like Shriv from the campaign, is a Duros, and barring what they're wearing, all Duros more or less look exactly the same. And once again, these haven't been fully released yet, but inside the game there is currently both a fully functioning model of his species as well as his signature weapon, and that just begs the question: are we getting Cad Bane sometime down the line, or are they just adding his weapon as a nice little nod to one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy? As far as I know, Cad Bane is still alive and well within the Star Wars canon, and was supposed to be the one who trained Boba Fett during Season 7 of the Clone Wars before it was cancelled following the Disney buyout. What we need to remember is during Battlefront 2015, we had an entire season of heroes based entirely off assets they had in the game. The only reason we got Nien Nunb and Greedo as playable heroes was because they already had fully working models of them in-game. If you guys didn't know this, the Outer Rim DLC was originally supposed to come without any new heroes, but they decided last minute to add these two characters simply because they were very easy to do. Personally, I would love to see Cad Bane as a playable hero, and his dual-wield pistols would be a welcome addition and would add way more variety to the villain side of things, and it certainly isn't a reach to think he could come into the game. I mean, look at the DLC heroes we were given during Battlefront 2015. We got Dengar, Bossk, Greedo, all very minor characters in the grand scheme of things, and Cad Bane had much more of a presence during the TV show than Bossk or Dengar, and from what I remember, Greedo was barely in the show at all, but Greedo is very iconic, and we did only get him because they already had a Rodian in the game, so I guess he doesn't really count. The only problem is, Battlefront 2015 only had the original trilogy plus Rogue One to choose from. This game has a ton of prequel content to sift through, and I think that's what most people really want. I mean, we still need Obi-Wan, Grievous, Anakin, and Dooku long before we start worrying about anything else, and like it or not, we're almost certainly getting at least one more sequel DLC. Chances are we'll see Maz Kanata as a playable hero long before we see Cad Bane, and we're definitely going to see Krennic and Jyn make their way into the game during a Rogue One DLC at some point or another. I certainly could be wrong, but despite his weapon being available in-game, I would be shocked if we actually see anyone exclusively from the TV shows in Battlefront 2. But this week has been full of leaks, data mining, and hints for future DLC, and the more people find, the more I believe we're actually going to be getting a lot of downloadable content for Battlefront 2, as despite all the loot box controversy, this game was still the second best-selling game in November, which is the top-selling month for video game sales. Moving on, EA has also updated their official Last Jedi Battlefront 2 DLC page on their website today. Before the update, all that was there was the December roadmap, just telling us all of the Last Jedi events for the month of December, but as of this morning, they've updated the bottom of the page to say, be sure to check in January 2018 as the season continues with more challenges and more events. And what we can glean from this is, well, the Last Jedi season is going to be continuing throughout the entire month of January, and we'll be getting weekly challenges and events to keep us playing the game game. And if you guys remember the leak we covered a couple of weeks ago, the rumor is DLC 2 will be dropping in February. And if you missed out on that news, and again, this is a leak, so it's by no means confirmed, Anakin and Dooku are supposed to be dropping in February alongside Mustafar, and I think most people are expecting Obi-Wan and Grievous, but I do think we'll still be getting them just a little bit later. I have a feeling Grievous is giving them absolute hell to make as a viable hero. All of his abilities and star cards were leaked a few weeks back, and those are definitely legitimate as they were in the files and they were all found inside the game. They weren't just from some random source. And he just sounds like a massive pain for the developers to perfect, so it's possible they're just delaying him further to give them time to perfect him and make him a hero we really want and not a broken mess. I have no idea how he's going to work either, as they're planning on implementing his saber spin from Revenge of the Sith as some sort of lockdown move where he's unable to be mobile at all. I have no idea how they're going to make that viable. It might just end up being as useless as Phasma's staff, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I'd rather we get an actual working hero than a broken, useless one. If we get Anakin and Dooku before Grievous and Obi-Wan, I am totally fine with that. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and could drop me a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate it. And if you're new around here and love Star Wars and Battlefront 2 as much as I do, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all things Star Wars. If you made it to this part of the video, comment another happy landing in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.